Well, Delta is in. All these people in from Delta. It's 10 minutes to 10 minutes till 2 o'clock, and this was going on here. Power still off. This officially about 4 hours. The power being off. Everybody's basically carried. The floor is absolutely red. You can see the glare on the floor. It's like a river on the floor from the condensation of power off, power on. I can't see them girls behind there. They're so black I can't see who is who unless they smile. This is crazy. Everybody trying to work without power. I just want to show you all something right here. This is a $40 million airport. And this is the only card to have people on this end with luggage from Hurricane Dorian. This card is all broken up, but that's the only one here. Nobody have seen to them. These are the kind of things that Kai, as your MP, would have taken care of. All inside here moist. But this is history, and it doesn't seem like much. One broken down card with 60 people coming in on Delta from Atlanta, and everybody wants to need that card, but officially only one person can use the card at a time. There he goes. He took it away from me. I said during the video, he didn't even want the card to be on video. But this is a interesting day. Wet floor. You got to be careful here. When you slip, you usually fall backwards. And if one of these tourists hit the back of their head, they're unconscious. The last time the power was off, as long as this, they had to actually call EMS because we had an asthmatic passenger here that couldn't breathe. He was on the line for 2 hours and he fell out. And it was so devastating that American Eagle decided that this guy fell too hard. It's a danger to put him onto the airplane. So he had to end up paying for hotel room, accommodation, just because of the condensation. There it is, this guy almost slipped right in front of me. And you got to be careful. I'm walking, but it's not easy. There you go again. Right in front of me, the tourists trying to gain their strength. There's a little puppy dog. The puppy dog is excited to be on camera. Hello. Welcome to the Bahamas. Hope you're getting some fresh air, because I'm not getting any. And this condensation is very dangerous. And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So this is what happens here. We have Delta in. All the computers are off because of the weather. So in this condition, all these people have been here waiting for 2 hours to try to get boarding pass because Delta's just newly came to Abaco, and I don't know if they're used to manually checking people in, but they have a huge issue that these people supposed to already went through check-in in the back, but because of the power, they can't get boarding pass. So if they can't get boarding pass, they cannot go to the departure lounge. So nobody wins. I'm just letting you know what a hiccup to have an airport without generator. So let me rehearse this again. Delta came all the way from Atlanta here. Normally these people would all be in the back and they would be boarded to go back to Atlanta. But because of the power outage, they cannot access the computer. And it seems like they're having a problem manually to give people such boarding pass. So nobody wins at all. And when they come onto this surface, they have to remember it is slippery when absolutely wet. So this is a not good days after independence, 49 years, and we're still not walking. We're still creeping. So this airline that Yesterday couldn't come because of weather, no terminal. Today they cannot leave because no power, and they can't access their guest information because the computer is out because there's no generator. That's a huge story. That's a huge story. I'm going to leave it right there. But y'all figured out as I try to maneuver through this slippery airport. My man here in Souvenir City cannot close. He ready to go home, but he can't go because the power is out, and he cannot close his gate to protect his souvenirs. So he's standing by the dock of the bay, waiting for the power to come in. So nobody wins, right, He-Man? Yeah. So you here all day. They said the power should be on 8 o'clock, so you got a long day to wait. So you family to Job, so you don't mind. He's one of them descendant of Job, so he don't mind waiting all day to close his shop. But officially, all the tourists is gone off the wing. Everybody's gone except those couple. And the power's still out. The power's still out right after a beautiful independence celebration 49 years later. People can't get on the plane because we have a all-day outage. Wow, Kai still cares. Somebody fix something. If this was happening, I want to just say that again, if this was happening in Exuma, Chester Cooper would have had this fix already. And you could bet on that. I think he's that type of guy. But he got my member of Parliament, John Pinder, right next to him, as Minnis had Darren next to him. So John Pinder has to remind the airport authorities, Chester Cooper in charge of tourism, that nobody wins in this situation. Only good spot is that we're end of the season, but it's been a long season at the Leonard Thompson International Airport with power outage that nobody wins. All day the floor is wet. People could slip down and hurt themselves. Nobody wins in this situation. So they have to figure this out, and they ought to figure it out already before somebody die. You imagine somebody slip. Look at the footprints of the mud from the condensation of the airport coming from right there into there, going through. I don't know how they could see anybody through the security lounge, but they have better eyes than me. It's one of these Kai Care videos right here today. The 12th day of July, 2 days after our independence, we got an outage, major outage in Abaco. No generator at the international airport. Kai cares. We're hoping that John Pinder, Kirk Cornish address what's going on in Abaco because it's a disaster.